Welcome to our U.S. briefing show, folks. Today, we've got a mix of intrigue, politics, and a dash of sports drama to spice up your day. Let's dive into the whirlpool of today's stories, shall we? First up, in the realm of international relations and submarines, Australian Defence Minister Richard Marles is standing firm, confident that the AUKUS nuclear submarine program will sail smoothly, even under the stormy seas of a potential Trump presidency. Despite Trump's warnings and the opposition's questioning, Marles believes Ambassador Kevin Rudd is steering the ship just fine. Meanwhile, back in the political theater of the U.S., Trump is auditioning for his support act in the 2024 presidential campaign, with a cast of characters that could either bolster his appeal or stir the pot even further. And in a move that's raising eyebrows, NBC News has welcomed former GOP chairwoman Ronna McDaniel aboard as a political analyst, despite her controversial past efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. Switching gears to the economic front, Chinese Premier Li Qiang is playing the role of the calm captain, downplaying the risks to China's economy and highlighting the policy space available to stimulate growth. Back in the U.S., there's a shakeup happening in New Jersey politics as Representative Andy Kim delivers a surprising blow to the Democratic machine, positioning himself as a formidable contender in the Senate race. And for a bit of unexpected drama, Shohei Ohtani's interpreter finds himself in hot water over fabricated credentials, casting a shadow over the vetting process. Rounding off with a bit of lottery fever and sports excitement, the Powerball jackpot has soared to a whopping $750 million, making dreams bigger and wallets hopefully fatter. And in the world of soccer, the Columbus Crews match against Charlotte FC has gone down in history with the longest first half in MLS history, filled with twists and turns but ultimately ending in a loss for Columbus. So, grab your popcorn and settle in as we unravel these stories further. Please stay tuned for the detailed coverage. Defense Minister, confident AUKUS will be safe under Trump, despite Rudd remarks. ABC. Australian Defense Minister Richard Marles has expressed confidence that U.S. Ambassador Kevin Rudd can still deliver the AUKUS nuclear submarine program, despite recent comments by former President Donald Trump suggesting otherwise. Trump suggested that Rudd may not last long if he remained hostile to a re-elected Trump administration. The comments have prompted questioning of Rudd's overseas posting by the opposition. Marles said he had no reason to believe AUKUS would be threatened by a Trump presidency and that Rudd was doing a great job. The opposition has been urged to back off and honor Rudd's posting, as Labour honored the postings of former Liberals Joe Hockey and Arthur Sinodinos. In the Biden vs. Trump sequel, the former president is casting for his support act. ABC. Former U.S. President Donald Trump is considering potential running mates for his 2024 presidential campaign. Among the candidates being discussed are South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, who has gained popularity for her pro-gun stance but may not appeal to swing voters in key states, and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, who could help Republicans make inroads with black voters. Former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, who has praised Trump in the past, is also being considered, as is former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, who challenged Trump during the 2016 primary but could potentially help broaden his appeal to women and independents. Other potential candidates include conservative talk show host Tucker Carlson and tech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, who has leaned into conspiracy theories and gained popularity with Trump's base. Trump is expected to choose someone who can handle television well and appeals to his base, while also considering their personal chemistry and potential weaknesses that could be exploited by opponents. NBC News hires former GOP chairwoman Ronna McDaniel. Washington Post. Ronna McDaniel, the former chairwoman of the Republican National Committee, RNC, has joined NBC News as a political analyst, prompting criticism from media critics due to her efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. McDaniel, who questioned whether Joe Biden won the election fairly, left her position at the RNC after Donald Trump became frustrated with her leadership. Critics have slammed NBC's decision to hire McDaniel, pointing to her attempts to subvert the election and her previous criticisms of the network. Chinese premier downplays economy risks, highlights policy space. Bloomberg. Chinese Premier Li Qiang has dismissed concerns over the challenges facing the Chinese economy, stating that Beijing is increasing policy support to stimulate growth. Li noted that there is still room for expansion in macroeconomic policies, as consumer price growth is relatively low and the central government's debt level is not high. While acknowledging concerns over risks in the property sector and local government debt, Li stated that these difficulties and problems are not as serious as people think. China's economy has seen a solid start to 2024, with growth in exports, industrial production, and investment surpassing expectations. However, economists argue that more policy support is needed to achieve the economic growth target of around 5% for this year. In New Jersey, an insurgent upends a Democratic machine. Washington Post. Representative Andy Kim, Democrat New Jersey, sat quietly off to the side of a big hall on a Saturday in early February, when an aide delivered the unexpected news that the party faithful of Monmouth County chose him over their powerful local candidate. "You won," an aide whispered into Kim's ear. "It wasn't even close." Kim, a third-term congressman from the state's Philadelphia suburbs, had just thumped Tammy Murphy, the wife of the popular Governor Phil Murphy, D., by nearly 20 percentage points in her home county to collect the endorsement for the Senate nomination. Kim both secured the Monmouth Democrats' line, a top placement on the June 4 primary ballot, and jolted the state's Democrats into realizing they had their first real battle for a statewide nomination in nearly 25 years. "I think that was an inflection point for a lot of the state to recognize, oh, wait, this is a real competition," Kim recalled in an interview on Friday on Capitol Hill. From that moment on, Kim has taken on the mantle of the unlikely insurgent candidate trying to take down the vaunted machine of the New Jersey Democratic Party, where for decades political bosses in the 21 counties have wielded outsized power to determine who gets elected. Kim, 41, has turned the Senate race into something bigger than just a fight over who should replace the state's senior senator, Bob Menendez, D., who faces a felony corruption trial later this year and is mulling running as an independent. Shohei Ohtani interpreter scandal, major holes poked in Ippei Mizuhara's pre-Ohtani resume. Yahoo! Shohei Ohtani's interpreter, Ippei Mizuhara, who was recently fired by the LA Dodgers following allegations of gambling debts, has reportedly lied about his education and previous work experience. Mizuhara claimed to have attended the University of California Riverside, but the institution has said it has no record of him being a student. The Boston Red Sox have also denied Mizuhara ever worked for them as an interpreter. The revelations have raised concerns about the vetting process of Mizuhara, who became Ohtani's personal assistant and close friend after he joined the Hokkaido Nipponham Fighters in 2013. Powerball winning numbers for Saturday, March 23. Check your tickets for $750 million jackpot. Yahoo! The Powerball lottery jackpot for Saturday night's drawing was estimated at $750 million with a cash option of $360.8 million, according to the Powerball website. This is the 8th largest Powerball jackpot ever. The last time the jackpot was won was on January 1 when a player in Michigan won $842.4 million. Meanwhile, the Mega Millions jackpot for Tuesday's drawing is $1.1 billion with a cash option of $525.8 million, according to the Mega Millions website. Columbus Crew fall to Charlotte FC 2-0 following the longest first half in MLS history. Yahoo! In an unexpected turn of events, the Columbus Crew's road match against Charlotte FC resulted in the longest first half in MLS history. The game saw multiple injuries, a goal overturned by VAR, a controversial red card, and a missed penalty, all of which contributed to a 0-0 scoreline at halftime. Charlotte eventually won the match 2-0 with 2 late goals, handing Columbus their first loss of the season. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.